So the first exercise I'm going to be demonstrating is the front squat. This is a isotonic and compound exercise that targets the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes, and aims to develop the movement patterns of hip and knee flexion. Some key safety features for this exercise is you want to set the barbell up at mid-chest level to avoid any excessive bending. You also want to use a grip which is slightly outside of shoulder width and point your elbows forward and high. You also need to ensure that your feet are shoulder width apart, and also ensure your knees track over your toes to avoid any unnecessary stress on the joints. Now, to complete this exercise, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to set the barbell up at mid-chest height. You're then going to rest the barbell on your front deltoids, creating a shelf with your shoulders and upper chest. You're then going to position your feet shoulder width apart. You're then going to begin the squat by pushing your knees back and bending your knees while keeping your torso upright. You're going to lower yourself until your thighs are parallel to the ground. You're then going to drive through your heels to stand back up while maintaining an upright torso and high elbows. Here's the demonstration. And that was the front squat. So the next exercise I'll be demonstrating is the step forward lunge. This is a isotonic and compound exercise that also targets the quads, hamstrings, and the glutes. And this also promotes the movement patterns of hip and knee flexion. Some key safety features for this exercise is that you always want to maintain an upright position throughout the movement. You want to ensure your feet are always planted firmly on the floor. And you also need to ensure that you do not overextend your leg during the movement. So to complete this exercise, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to stand tall with your feet hip width apart. You're then going to take a big step forward with your right leg, and you're going to land on your heel first, then shift your weight forward, and you're going to lower your body until your right leg is parallel to the floor, while your left knee should just hover above the ground. You're then going to press into your heel and drive yourself back up to the starting position. Here's the demonstration. That was the step forward lunge. So the next exercise I'll be demonstrating is the barbell bent over row. This is a isotonic and compound exercise that targets the trapezius, rhomboids, latissimus dorsi, and posterior deltoids, and it also promotes the movement patterns of shoulder extension and scapular retraction. Some key safety features for this exercise is you want to maintain a neutral spine throughout the movement. You also want to bend at the hips and not the waist to keep your back straight and engage your glutes and hamstrings. You're also going to use a grip that's slightly wider than shoulder width, and you want to avoid any unnecessary jerking during the barbell movement. So to complete this exercise, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to stand in front of a loaded barbell with your feet shoulder width apart, and you're going to use an overhand grip that's wider than shoulder width apart. You're then going to bend at the hips and the knees to pick up the bar while keeping your back straight. And you're going to bend forward at the hips until your torso is parallel to the ground while keeping a slight bend in your knees and maintaining a neutral spine. You're then going to pull the barbell towards your lower chest while keeping your elbows tucked into your body. You're then going to lower the barbell in a controlled manner while maintaining your form. Here's the demonstration. And that was the barbell bent over row. So the next exercise I'll be demonstrating is the seated barbell shoulder press. This is a isotonic and compound exercise that targets the deltoids, triceps, pectoralis major, and the trapezius. And it also aims to develop the movement patterns of shoulder flexion and elbow extension. So some key safety features for this exercise is you want to set the barbell at a height that allows you to unrack it without overreaching. You want to use a grip that's slightly wider than shoulder width apart to maintain stability, and you want to keep your elbows slightly in front of you to avoid any shoulder strain. So to complete this exercise, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to adjust the barbell to slightly below your shoulder height. You're going to use an overhand grip that's slightly wider than shoulder width apart to grab the barbell. You're then going to unrack the barbell by pushing it up and into the starting position. You're then going to inhale and lower the barbell to your upper chest and keeping your elbows slightly in front of your body. You're then going to exhale and press the barbell back up to the starting position, fully extending your arms without locking your elbows. Here's the demonstration. And that was the seated barbell shoulder press. So the next exercise I'll be demonstrating is the lateral shoulder raise. This is an isotonic and isolated exercise that targets the lateral deltoids and promotes the movement pattern of shoulder abduction. Some key safety features for this exercise is you want to keep your chest up, shoulders down, and back and spine neutral. You also want to avoid swinging your body or using momentum to lift the weights. And you also want to focus on lifting the weights with your elbows rather than with your hands. Now to complete this exercise, you're first going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. You're then going to hold a dumbbell in each hand with your palms facing inwards. You're then going to keep a slight bend in your elbows and maintain a neutral spine. Next, you're going to slowly raise your arms out to the side until your arms are parallel to the ground. You're then going to hold that position for a brief moment and then slowly lower the dumbbells back to the starting position. Here's the demonstration. And that was the lateral shoulder raise. So the final exercise I'll be demonstrating is the flat dumbbell fly. This is a isotonic and isolated exercise that targets the pectoralis major and anterior deltoids and promotes the movement patterns of horizontal adduction and shoulder flexion. Some safety features for this exercise is you want to keep your elbows slightly bent and your wrists straight throughout the movement. You also want to ensure the movement is controlled and avoid using momentum. And you also got to keep your feet flat on the floor and your shoulders retracted. To complete this exercise, you'll first sit on the flat bench with a dumbbell in each hand. You'll then lie back on the bench, bringing the dumbbells close to your chest and pressing them overhead with your palms facing each other. With a slight bend in your elbows, you will then slowly lower the dumbbells out to the side in a wide arc until you can feel a stretch in your chest. You'll then hold that position for a brief moment and then bring the dumbbells back up by squeezing your chest muscles. Here's the demonstration. And that was the flat dumbbell fly. Thank you.